Welcome back to an episode of Let's Put Twitter. We're in episode 120. As always, if you guys do want access to that private repository, there is a link in the description below that'll walk you through exactly how to get that. If you want to hang out with me while I'm working on these episodes live, I'm trying to live stream every Tuesday and Thursday around 4 o'clock Central Time. So let's hop into what we work on today. In this episode, we set up a new async thunk to be able to search for a set of gifs by a specific search term. Then we create a new component which allows us to actually view the gifs that were found during the search, and wrap up by setting up the frozen gifs to be able to search the gifs based on their terms. As always, I'm using Uncutter, and let's hop straight into the development. We are moving forward with being able to actually search for some gifs. So we need to go ahead and go into our gif slice, which we're already in, and we need to set up a new async thunk. So we're going to go ahead and say export. Whoops. Let me go ahead and spell export right. Export AB. Fonts. We're going to say fetch gifs by term, and it's going to be equal to create async thunk. And I might want to spell async right. And thunk, and then let's go ahead and set this up. So this is going to be gif/term, so gif/term, and this is going to be a sync, and then we're going to go ahead and payload will be a string, and that's going to be what we're searching by. Go ahead and pass the thunk API. As always, we'll go ahead and set up a try catch. Inside the catch, we'll catch E, and then we'll just return reject. Whoops, reject with return thunk API dot reject with value. Pass in that error. Oops. All right. So now inside this try, we're gonna go ahead and say let client key again. I don't know what's going on. Let client key equal to, and this is gonna be footer again. This is something we might want to set up differently. Let search URL equal to backticks, and I think I have it lowercase, so we'll do that. So https:// this is going to be tenor.googleapis.com/v2/search question mark q equal to, that's going to be our $ curly brace payload, so that's the search term, and key equal to $ curly brace tenor key. Again, I'm gonna have to go ahead and blur that out. And client underscore key is gonna be equal to $ curly brace, and this is gonna be client key. And finally, and limit is gonna equal to 32. So we're gonna get 32. We're gonna make 4 rows of 8 basically, or 8 rows of 4. Let res equal to await and axios.get, and this is going to be search URL like so, and then we're going to say return. We're going to return the data as res.data, and we return the term as payload. Now this is important because we need to keep track of basically what the search term was so we can move forward and use it again. So now instead of our extra reducers, I thought that nope, that's fine. Builder add case, and this is going to be for fetch gifs by term dot fulfilled, and we'll have our state, our action, and in here what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to say let results equal action dot payload dot data, and then it's going to be results. Then we're going to say let gif URLs equal to a string array, and this is going to equal to an empty array. I have to do some extraction, so results dot for each, and for each result, so we're going to say item any, and this is going to say gif URLs dot push, and then we're going to push item dot media underscore formats dot gif .url. So this is how we get the actual gif URL. It's a little bit complicated, but it is what it is. State is equal to this, so dot state, and then we're going to say search term will be action payload term. So we still need to keep track of what the search term was. Gifs will be gif URLs. So we got the actual gif URLs, and next is action payload, and instead of results, it's going to be next. So this is going to be a unique key that allows us to basically say grab the next set of gifs, and this is going to be really important whenever we do our scrolling and we want to continually grab them. And then we're going to say loading is false, and we're going to go ahead and return that state. So that's how we're going to set that up. Basically the results are a little bit confusing, so that's why we have a little bit extra work there. The JSON's pretty large. So now we're going to go ahead and set up a new component to actually display all of these gifs, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the preview for now, and I don't know if we need that or that. I'm going to keep these two open though. We're going to make a new folder, and we're going to go ahead and call this feed post creator gif modal display. So feed post creator gif modal display. This is going to display the gifs that we searched. New file, feed post creator gif modal display.tsx, and I believe we need a CSS for this. So new file, feed post creator gif modal display.css. All right, let's go ahead and make some space here. So as always, we'll import React. And we also need use effect, use ref from React. Let's also import our / feed post creator gif modal display.css. Not going to be very complicated. Interface, well, actually, maybe it is. I just looked at it. Interface, feed post creator gif modal db. Props. We could probably just call this props, honestly, and shorten things. Gifs will be a string array because we're not really exporting it. Export const feed post creator gif modal display is a React function component which takes in those props. We'll break these apart. So our gifs. And let's go ahead and return, and we're gonna return a div. I don't know why I have use effect in there. I guess I don't use it anymore. Div the class name equal to feed post creator dash, and this is gonna be gif dash modal dash display. I'm doing this just so it's happy. We'll do that. And you know what? There's just a bunch of stuff that I haven't completed yet, so that's why we'll have to come back. We're going to have a const hidden div is equal to use ref. And this is going to be an HTML div element. And this is just going to be null for now. So now we're going to say div class name equal to, and this is going to have a feed dash baby. I can't type, I'm sorry. Post creator dash gif dash modal dash display dash, and this is going to be auto selection. So auto selection. Inside here, we're going to have a p with a class name equal to feed dash post creator gif modal display, and this is going to be auto dash text, and the text is going to say auto dash play gifs. All right, and we're going to have a div for now. We're going to make this later. Feed post creator dash gif dash modal dash display dash, and I'm pretty sure to just call this auto toggle, and we're gonna go ahead and set that up later. We're gonna have another div with the class name equal to feed dash post creator gif modal, and this is gonna be container. So gif modal display gif container. A little bit confusing. This is gonna have this. We're gonna say gifs dot map. We're gonna map each gif. We're gonna map each gif to an image with a class name equal to feed dash post creator dash gif dash modal dash display gif, and this is gonna have a key equal to the gif, should be unique. src will also equal to the gif, and that should be good. And then we'll have a div with an id equal to auto load. I don't know if we actually need the id there. I messed it up. id auto load, and this is gonna have a ref equal to, and this is gonna be hidden div dot current. Actually no, ref would just be hidden div, and we're gonna say hidden is equal to, and we're gonna say state. We don't need to bring the state in. Dot gifs dot length equal to 0, and this is something that I missed. So let me go ahead and bring in the state. So I'm just gonna say const state is equal to use selector state and root state, and I'm just gonna go ahead and return state because it says state dot gif dot length. Oh, this should be state dot gif, I guess. Head dot gif gifs dot length. There we go. So basically, we want this to be hidden if there's no gifs in there, and this is because if it loads automatically, it might break something. So I had to kind of put in a failsafe there. So let's go ahead and set up the CSS and then hopefully get the preview working, and then we'll see how much time we have from there, but I at least want to see some gifs on the screen before this. So say dot feed post dash creator dash modal, or gif dash modal display. So width 100% of our space inside that modal. Height will be fit content. We just want it to basically be as long as possible. Feed post creator display dash auto dash selection, and this is going to be height of 50 px. I have a width 100%. Padding of 0 12 px, and display flex. We're gonna go ahead and justify content space between, and align items align items in the center. Dot feed post creator display dash auto dash text. This will be font size 15 px. We're gonna have a font weight of 400 and color of pound, and this is gonna be 536471. So it's like a gray color. Feed post gif display dash gif dash container. Inside the container, we'll have a width 100%. We'll fill the whole space again. Height will once again be fit content. Display will be flex. This is important. Align items will be center. Justify content will be space between. Or space evenly, actually. We need a flex wrap. So flex wrap will be wrap because this is going to wrap everything. And then we need a row gap of about 2 px. That looks about right. This one I couldn't get perfect. It is what it is. We just got to do what we can. And then finally, feed post creator gif modal display dash actual gif, and here we're going to have a width of 24.5%, because if we do 25%, it doesn't give us a row gap like we need, so we have to do a little bit of strange stuff. And then height will be 135 px. Now I made an executive decision here about what we're gonna do. Actual Twitter does like a weird thing where it basically randomizes the size and everything. I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna make everything quarters basically and make it look nice and even. So again, I'm gonna take some liberties here on the application because it is my application. So it is what it is. Now we're gonna go back into the GIF modal, and now instead of having empty fragment, if we've searched something, we're gonna say feed post creator. And this is going to be GIF modal display, and then GIFs will equal to state dot GIFs. Now I don't know if this is working fully, but we can at least try this out. I think that if we at least click on a preview, it should upload the term and search. Although we don't actually have that set up, I don't think, because let me double check here. Yeah, I don't think we actually have it set up. Let's go ahead and go back into our preview, because I think this is something that wasn't quite ready yet. So we go into our preview.tsx, and actually we want the frozen GIF, right? So let's go back into frozen GIF, frozen GIF component, and whenever we click on this, we want to actually dispatch the one thing. So we want to dispatch, and we want it no, and we might not have dispatch set up, so let's go ahead and set up dispatch. Let's go ahead and say const dispatch app dispatch equal to use dispatch. And I knew there's going to be some weird things of all the refactoring and everything I did, so it's hard to keep track. But this is going to dispatch. We're going to fetch gifs by term, and we're going to pass in, I think it was text, I believe. That should grab those gifs. And let me double check really quick. And what we did was say if preview, then we did this. So if preview, we're going to go ahead and dispatch that. And that's because we are going to do some refactoring a little bit later on. So I want to make sure everything is working out just fine. So that should be ready to go and display this. Let's go ahead and actually take a look to make sure that this is working. So we come in here. I have no clue this is going to work, by the way. We have our preview, and this should have been a little bit bigger because I think there should be a scroll. But if we click on yes, you can see that pops up. We scroll down. Now, right now, it doesn't actually load any more GIFs, but all of these are working. And now we can't click on them or anything because we still need to work on that. If we go ahead and clear this, it should go back to here. Cool. We can go happy birthday. And I guess it just says happy, not happy birthday, but we can go ahead and close out this. It should come back to here. Excited. Go ahead and we can go and close out that. It goes back to there. So cool. Everything is working. So now what we want to go ahead and do, probably in the next episode, I know these are a little bit shorter, but I don't know how long these next steps are going to take. And then we end up splitting them anyway because they get a little bit too long. So I'm going to go ahead and call this here. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead and make so that whenever we scroll to the bottom of this right here, it's going to go ahead and see that hidden div. It's going to go ahead and fetch the next set of GIFs, and we can kind of move on from there. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please stick around for the next episode by hitting that subscribe button. You'll know exactly when it comes out, especially at that bell icon. If you did enjoy the content today, please sure to leave a thumbs up. If you did enjoy it, leave a thumbs down. Either way, it helps out with the algorithm all the same. And finally, if you have any suggestions or feedback for me, make sure you leave a comment down below. With that being said, I appreciate you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.